No one is coming. And that's your power. Most people spend their lives waiting for motivation, waiting for confidence, waiting for someone to understand them, save them, or finally choose them. The Stoics had a brutal truth for this kind of waiting. They said you are wasting your life. Because the moment you accept that no one is coming, you stop being weak. You stop negotiating with the world. You stop asking permission to become disciplined. You stop expecting fairness. And something dangerous happens. You take full responsibility. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire during plagues, wars, and betrayal. And yet his private journal never complained about people not showing up for him. Instead, he wrote reminders like, "Do not waste time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." No audience, no applause, no rescue, just duty. That's where real strength begins. Modern life teaches the opposite. It teaches you that motivation comes first, that support should arrive before effort, that validation must come before confidence. Stoicism flips the order. Action first, emotion later, respect last. If you wait to feel ready, you will wait forever. The Stoic doesn't ask, "Do I feel like doing this?" He asks, "Is this my responsibility?" And then he acts, regardless of mood. Here's the uncomfortable part most people avoid. You are not tired because life is hard. You are tired because you keep resisting reality. You argue with what is. You think, "This shouldn't be happening. They should treat me better. I deserve more by now." The Stoics called this self-inflicted suffering. Epictetus said, "Do not seek for events to happen as you wish, but wish for them to happen as they do." Acceptance is not weakness. Acceptance is clarity. Once you stop fighting reality, you can finally move forward inside it. Think about this. If no one is coming to save you, then no one can stop you either. No one controls your habits. No one controls your discipline. No one controls your standards except you. That's terrifying to the undisciplined mind. But to the Stoic, it's freedom. Because freedom is not doing whatever you want. Freedom is mastery over yourself. Most people collapse under pressure because their identity is fragile. They need praise. They need comfort. They need reassurance. The Stoic builds an identity that doesn't depend on outcomes. He says, "If I do my duty today, I win, regardless of the result." He measures success internally. Did I show restraint? Did I stay calm? Did I act with integrity? If yes, then the day was not wasted. Here's a rule the Stoics live by. Control what is yours. Release what is not. Your effort is yours. Your reaction is yours. Your discipline is yours. But outcomes? People's opinions? Timing? Luck? Not yours. The moment you try to control them, you lose peace. The moment you let them go, you gain power. Most people fear solitude, but Stoics trained for it. They believed that if you cannot sit alone with your thoughts, you will always be a slave to distraction. Silence reveals who you really are, and that's why people avoid it. Because in silence, there are no excuses, only truth. Let me say something clearly. Stoicism is not about being cold. It's not about suppressing emotion. It's about not letting emotion drive the wheel. You feel anger, but you don't obey it. You feel fear, but you don't kneel to it. You feel sadness, but you don't let it define you. You observe emotions like weather, passing, temporary, not commands. If you've reached this point, I want you to pause for a second. Comment below. I take responsibility. Not for perfection, not for outcomes. Just responsibility for showing up. Someone reading that comment will need to see it today, and you might remind yourself who you're becoming. Back to the lesson. The Stoics practice something called premeditatio malorum, negative visualization, not to be pessimistic but to be prepared. They imagined loss, failure, rejection, so when life delivered it, they weren't shocked. They were ready. Ask yourself, if everything I fear happened tomorrow, would my character survive? That's the real test. Not success, not comfort, character. There's a quiet confidence that comes from knowing, I can endure, not because life is easy, but because you are resilient. The Stoic doesn't need constant happiness. He needs meaning, and meaning comes from choosing virtue, especially when it's inconvenient. Remember this, the world doesn't owe you understanding. Life doesn't owe you fairness. People don't owe you loyalty, but you owe yourself discipline. You owe yourself effort. You owe yourself honesty. And when you give yourself those things, you stop begging life for approval. One day people will call you calm under pressure. They'll say you're different. What they won't see is the quiet work. The mornings you didn't feel like it. The nights you stayed disciplined. Stoicism is built in private. Its rewards are public. So if today feels heavy, good. Weight builds strength. If today feels lonely, good. Solitude sharpens clarity. If today feels unfair, good. Justice begins inside you. You don't need to be louder. You don't need to be angrier. You don't need to prove anything. You need to be consistent. That's how empires are built. That's how men and women are forged. Quietly, daily, relentlessly. Final reminder, you are not behind. You are being prepared. Stand firm. Act with virtue. Accept reality. And move forward anyway. This was a Stoic chapter. What should the next chapter be? If this helped you, like the video and subscribe for the next chapter of discipline, clarity, and inner strength.